Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's presentation, our big launch night. This is always one of mine and Kathy's, and now we're dragging Donnie into our little craziness here. It's our 2026 theme launch meeting. I want to just kick off with a little bit of background, a little bit of why we do it this way so that you understand the story behind it. When Kathy and I founded Basecamp, we really wanted to do something that had purpose. We wanted to build something special where people could belong, where they could be inspired and motivated and grow. While we were talking about this, I was traveling a lot. And during these travels, we said, what about this and what about that? And it became a story. Like, wouldn't this be cool if we could tell a story that was this? And that story grew into Basecamp and the train where you belong. That's literally how we wrote that mission statement, train where you belong. It evolved out of the story. And that made it special because to me, we tell stories because they are the bridges that connect our hearts, inspire our actions, and make sense of the world around us. The world seems a little simpler when we can tell a good story. Now, as we grew, and that was 11 years ago, I think, Kath, maybe more actually. Um, as we grew and went through each year, we decided to keep evolving the story. Like we wanted to add to it, evolve it each year because each year it changed a little. It took on its own personality. Why? Well, our yearly theme is a promise to ourselves. It's a story of the season we chose to chase, a vision of who we are striving to become, and a reminder that our best progress always lies just ahead of us. And it really is that last statement which inspired us to tell the story each year because we found that there was always more room to grow. We could always get to the next step. We could always look to make the community better, and not better in the sense of more I don't know, better X's and O's, better tactical expression of what we were doing, a better workout. I meant how we came together and celebrated this story. But this year was more challenging than ever. I have to be honest, Kathy and I have sensed it all year long. The world seems a little more stressed. The people in it seem a little more stressed. We're all seemed a little more stressed. And honestly, it felt like it was draining the energy out of the community. But then in one of our little stories and discussions, um, we remembered something important. Every journey begins with a spark. And that became the driving energy behind the 2026 Ignite theme. It's the spark itself that started it. Ignite is about finding that spark again and letting it fuel the journey forward. It's about remembering why we ride and using that joy as energy for every goal we chase. We decided this was the message we wanted to send this year. In the face of this higher stress and higher anxiety and things that are draining energy from us, let's build our own energy by going back and remembering what was that spark? What made us fall in love with the bike, the freedom, the exploration, the thrill of speed, and all of these great things we love about riding? And then how can we take that energy and flame it or fuel it or fan it into something stronger? Well, at Basecamp, we believe the spark grows stronger together. One rider's breakthrough inspires another's belief. One act of courage lights the way for someone else. Together, we turn sparks into a fire that carries us further than we could go alone. And this is our answer. Kathy and I have lived the Basecamp train where you belong philosophy for a lot of years, and we honestly have tried to build something special. This special is told in each year's story, which is about each of our own commitment to building something better than what we individually are. And each year we found a way to express that in the theme. And our clothing line really has just been an expression of that and who we are. That means this year's 2026 Ignite clothing line is really bringing that energy, that spark, that together we can build something brighter, better, stronger in 3 unique clothing collections that we named Speed, Explore, and Connect. So let's take a look. We start off with our Speed collection. We embrace the exhilaration of speed and effort, not to win, but to feel alive and unbounded. Explore collection, the call of new roads and new horizons, where courage carries us forward to our next adventure. And finally, our connection collection, the spark that grows when shared, the strength of community, where the individual efforts becomes collective power. Now, in these collections, we don't just, and there's actually more, it's not just what you see here on the screen. As always, we have full boats of accessories, short sleeve, long sleeves, vests, arm warmers, and the collections together are meant to represent the energy that we're carrying into 226, the hope of something better, brighter, the ability to share that energy and build something stronger, build our sparks into a fire and share that energy. Plenty of accessories like vests and arm warmers. Of course, we have socks and gloves and buffs and incredible base layers, hats. And this year, we have a couple of new tricks coming up. First one, a very requested item. Thank you, Don, for this. You'll get applause right now. We have a very popular product called the Tech T-shirt. There's lots of variations of Tech T-shirt. This is just the Speed one I grabbed as an example. We now have men and women's cuts. We were using a unisex cut. The number one request we had were for a women's cut. These are great T-shirts. We'll talk about them in the Q&A, but they're an excellent product. We also have what I think is like my favorite product in the world. So I'm going to talk about it maybe a little more. These are podium jackets. And these are jackets, these are active wear that brings to life really the whole mission of everything we're doing here in a way that is a casual wear. We don't have to wear it on the bike. This is our Basecamp Ignite hoodie in black. Obviously showing the energy and the vibrancy of the Ignite theme. We also have that in cream to give us a dark and a light example. And we also have more of a classic Basecamp featuring the energized look in a midnight purple. Now, a podium jacket, I'm wearing one. We sold these last time and a couple of people bought them and they love them. It really is a little different. It's not a cotton sweatshirt. This is a fabric. It's got some stretch to it. It's like your long sleeve winter jerseys with a little more room, a little less stretch. It's so light. It's so comfortable. I love it. I can't wait to get more. It's like it really is. And because they're printed fabric, just like a jersey, they don't fade like cotton. Like this has probably been washed 100 times and it looks brand new, like the day I got it out of the bag. And they are awesome. So we have some new great active wear and accessories for you to wear. We also have tech tees in the same accessory look. Not everybody wants to have the jersey following, so you could do a midnight purple and you could do a cream. They're both available in men's and women's. I was just showing one example. That's an idea. We're going to show the whole line here in a minute. I just want to get through this first final 2 or 3 slides. Question we always get is, why do we build such a big collection? And it goes back to the original story that Kathy and I created of the Train Where You Belong mission. So I'm going to read this again because I think it's honestly important. It's what we believe in. We are not a single pattern or color. We are a collection of sparks, each adding to the fire that moves this community. Ignite is built for people who belong by being themselves. Kathy and I, we've done this from day one. We never wanted a uniform or one kit, because you may or may not like it. It may or may not be the expression of who you want to be and still be part of our community. So we build the whole collection so you can be who you want to be and still belong. Okay, moving through, I want to stop and say thank you. Panache has been such a great partner sponsor. It's really empowered all the cool, unique clothes we've been doing the last couple of years. So I wanted to take a moment and first say thanks, Don, for being part of our Basecamp community and family. And thanks for everything you do for us as such a great sponsor partner. I was hoping you'd take a minute, introduce yourself, give a little bit of background on the Panache story. Then we're going to get into the meat of things.
Thanks, Tim. My name is Don. I founded Panache, a long time ago now, but essentially the way the story goes is I was a bike racer when I was in my 20s, over in Belgium. I had a lot of issues with my apparel, and then, flash forward my life 20 years when I started Panache, I said, okay, I'm going to make stuff that cyclists wear and need and find solutions to things. For example, stretch fabrics didn't exist back when I was racing. Now they do. So, stuff like that. It's been a long journey, but what we do now is we do what Tim is doing. We're basically trying to inspire people to get out there to ride bikes, um, because bikes can take you to amazing places, do amazing things for yourself. And so we do that by really just making great kit. And our thing is that we inspire the ride. And so that's what Tim is doing with Basecamp in this collection. He's basically taking all the ideas that we like. We just like a lot of variety. And because the way that we've built Panache, we can do all this custom stuff for you and build great stuff. So that's really the Panache story, in a nutshell.
Thanks, Don, for being part of the group. It's such an awesome Don and I've terrorized Don for the last 6 months in the development of this kit. He's been a hell of a partner to go through it with me, plus Kathy and everybody else around me. Yes. All right, two quick slides, and we're going to just jump into Q&A. The most important thing, if you have questions, we also want to use our improved communication process through Circle this year. Within about the next 15 minutes, you are going to see a new Ignite 2026 Ignite Kit space in Circle. Kathy and Don are both monitoring that. So if you have sizing or fit or fabric questions, please put all your questions in that circle and you'll get answers from people much smarter than me. You can simply click on that selection. We have linked the store and the combo planner. I'm going to show you what those are in a moment, up top. And you could always choose, if you want to see if something was answered, you could just choose a topic. We also have a special web page, which we call our Combo Builder web page. I'm going to demo that in a minute, but you can find it in the locker room. It's going to go live in 17 more minutes. I'm going a little faster than I thought it would. All right, I'm sure it makes everybody happy. And now we're going to go to Q&A, but I'm going to stop the recording real quick just for people who don't, people who are watching. You can ask your questions in the Circle community. You don't have to watch the rest of the